Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Here we go! 10-2 stop. Rebound.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right and incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But now it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20.
Let's go, Heavy, what you got?
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Goff. The dump-off gets him only one, and now you're looking at a third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want us.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 50, plant.
A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's go. Let's do it.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Goff's throw here finds Woods. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
22 yards. First down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. Bryce Love, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gold with the extra point, so all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
-56. Yeah.
Third and long. It's gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 49ers' 27-yard line.
We go tonight. 120.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
What's that?
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot. Helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the DC.
To throw is gone. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Cut. 20. 54 miles.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Bang, 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 bang. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On first down, it's Gurley. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's gone. And he whips that one incomplete there. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now gone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. There's Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Love. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go, let's go. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, check 24. Hey, Charlie. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Kelly on the counter. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, San Francisco.
They'll go option to the short side. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ready. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Army. Shift. Check. Lucky. Watch twist. Kill.
2nd and 3. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Bryce Love. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
55.
Now Gurley. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. They'll roll him out right. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Blue Dan.
2nd down, it's Henderson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Here's Goff. And it's complete. This is Austin Cole. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On first down, it's Kellen. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, Love. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Jim, 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 Jim. Sponge, Sponge, Sponge. No, no, no.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1 in the 2018 season.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to throw. Goff. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... He's got a man. Complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments will. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Trying to get it to Woods. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Switch gears.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It's certainly. Is they end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. On second and goal, here's an option play left. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Samson Abukum drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The kick by Gold is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Another carry now for Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throw left side complete. That's Woods. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and
2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Here's Goff. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Try the toss play to Love. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 30 base.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Check the hot read. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
2nd and 13. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abuka able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. On the draw, this is Love. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming. Value 1. Check 3.
Goff. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
50 go. 20. Check 56.
Now Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury.
Check 13. Check 13.
Ric Flair. Orange.
Play action. It's Goff. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
13 more yards. That's another Rams 1st down.
Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
4 down. Check. 4 down. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, check Mike 57.
A carry here for the big tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Niners' 12-yard line.
Hey, 180. 54. Mike 54. Check Mike.
Goff. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he is going to lose yardage here. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now.
Kel, 56. Mike's 56.
A shotgun snap for gone. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Eric Armstead picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Orange. Right there. 54, right there.
Here we go on 4th. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pull it high. 5.
This is Kelly. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On the set.
Yeah. Mike's 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here's Love. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Here we go. 18, Gator.
Switch.
Topper. Hey, Jet. Let's go.
On 1st down, here's Love. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Rams' 36-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to